right, welcome back to Emotional Mojo. It only takes seconds to change your present and live your dreams. I'm Michelle Yarn, along with licensed mental health counselor, certified life coach, Mr. David Taylor, and registered dietitian and certified personal trainer, Carissa Beeler. The countdown is on, you guys.
Right.
That clock is ticking on the bottom of your screen. We want you to finally make that apology you've been putting off. You've been agonizing over it. You can do it.
Let's do it.
You can
It's
start it
doable.
right now. This is definitely a doable
It's
one.
a doable one.
Yeah.
We're only asking you to take one step before that clock hits zero. We're encouraging you to contact the person you need to apologize to in the next 29 minutes and set the stage for that apology. Email, call, text, do whatever you have to do to let them know you want to talk, preferably in person if you can. So, David, we're cashing in the counseling card here. Earlier in the show, you gave us some tips for making the apology, but let's talk about some things people do wrong when they're giving them, the pitfalls.
Wow. Well, let's talk about 3 pitfalls.
Okay.
The first one is the person makes the apology all about themselves.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. What do
I've
you guys
run into
think
that
about
one
that?
before.
It's kind of selfish.
I think I might do that sometimes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think the reason you're trying to make the person understand why you did what you did, right?
Yeah.
But
And
it's
then
a
again, we're
little
going back
easy
to
to
justifying
Yeah.
why we're doing the actions, but we don't want to do that. It's about
Yeah.
them.
Humans are
Yeah.
self-preserving, pleasure-seeking creatures, so we don't like painful events. And giving an apology is painful.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes why we make it about ourselves.
Okay.
So don't do that.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Number 2, we justify our actions.
All right.
We come up with all kinds of reasons, justifications, excuses.
Just skip that.
Excuses. Yes, just
Yeah.
skip it. Just listen. Which I believe, if you look at the last one, is they do all the talking
That's
and they
the
don't
bad
allow
thing.
the other person to talk.
Yeah.
And an apology is a gift. Think of it as a gift. You're giving something to the other person.
Okay.
So when you give an apology, your job is now not to expect something in return and say, what about me?
leave it in their
Just
court.
give
You
it
did
to
what you
yeah,
had to do.
exactly,
All right,
exactly.
so I have a question from experience I had with a cousin. We had a fight, and we were talking through it, and I felt like the conversation went on for hours. So every time one of us would finish apologizing, well, I just want you to understand that this is why this happened, and then it would go back and forth. So how do we avoid that back and forth and just look, I'm sorry, let's move on?
The average person only waits about 17 seconds before they speak. And a lot of times, giving an apology is about listening, giving your ear, sharing empathy. And if you think of it like that, I'm giving you an apology, now it's my time to experience empathy with that person.
Okay.
Then you're not going to sit there and try to talk and negotiate.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's turn the tables a little bit now and talk about dealing with people who think they're never wrong or believe everybody else owes them an apology. Take a look.
I don't think I owe anyone an apology. I think they owe me an apology because twice last year I was injured in a soccer game and neither time did I get an apology. I'm thinking that they need to come to me with an apology.
So I think that my hardest apology is the one that hasn't happened yet because I'm never wrong, so I never have to say sorry for pretty much anything. So when that day comes, I'll let you know.
Yeah, these people are out there.
Yeah,
How
that's-
do you deal with these types of people?
Okay, I'm going to say something and it's going to confuse everybody.
Uh-oh.
But this is what you do when you are dealing with someone who doesn't want to admit that they're wrong.
Okay.
You admit that you were wrong. Yeah, you give an apology yourself. And then you create distance. Because some people you don't need to be around. You don't need to have those individuals in your corner.
So you just let them go.
Just let them go.
All right, I could do that.